Hey, oh boy. Hope you guys are having a good night. Personally, um, kind of wish I was in better health, especially considering it's Valentine's Day today. I always love this kind of season, though. It's like, how do I put it? I mean, sure, you can always what's it called? Like, for whatever reason, the day just brings out so much bravery out of people to how do I put it? Put themselves out there, um, face their feelings, and take a shot, which is commendable as long as it doesn't turn into something like, stalkerish or uncomfortable. Like, relationships are two-way streets. Of course, it's important to know how to or to initiate things, but it's also very important to know how to go about that as well. So it's not like me about that. So as to not put people off and stuff. But sometimes it's just nice to give things. Let's see. So, yeah, I guess if you're here, you really didn't have too much else going on Valentine's Day, which, oh well. There's always more time, I guess. If things don't work out, there's always, how I put it, always time to improve oneself as long as you don't go off the deep end or something like that. But what I do want to talk about today is, looking at how to express love, namely through the medium of writing. Like, this is a tale as old as time, basically, ever since people started, knowing how to draw stuff. And then knowing how to translate those icons into words, those runes into words, rather. So today I'm gonna be highlighting one of my favorite one of my favorite sonnets by Shakespeare, and then try to write one myself. Because I have feeling because I've been gaming so much, haven't really given myself time to practice those skills. If you don't practice a skill well enough, it's eventually gonna decay over time. So yeah, let's get to it. So the sonnet that I wanted to try can be found for free on Poetry Foundation. Thankfully, most of the stuff is in the public domain, which is nice. So over here is the one on Poetry Foundation's website. You can see their logo down there. Oh, whoops, wrong tab. This kind of just goes over how a sonnet is made. So for them, it's comprised of 3 quatrains, so four, how I put it, yeah, 4 lines in a stanza, followed by 2 lines at the very end. And you can see the rhyming scheme over here: A B A B C D C D E F E F G G. Good game. And he doesn't just use it for love and all that. He does also use it in soliloquies too. I think some of my favorites came out of Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Hermia. It was the other person. I can't remember. But she had a good one in, I think, Act 1. But here's the sonnet that I want to showcase. Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. So I'll read it out. Again, it's found for free because Shakespeare's been dead for 400 years. Like, the existence of copyright didn't even exist back then, which is really nice. Also really nice for publishers because it really just makes free money. And also explains why there's so many theater groups out there too. Um, keeping that tradition alive. On a side note, I actually went down to London like a couple years ago before COVID, like immediately before COVID now that I think about it. And did just a lot of touring around that city of London. And one of those places was looking at where, I believe it was called the Kingsmen. Like, the theater that Shakespeare performed his plays in. Unfortunately, the old theater burned down, but they did create, like, a new replica in its place. And it's also nice how they performed there, too. How do I put it? Yeah, they pretty much just put on the classics. It was weird because, like, the front row was, like, really close to stage, so you could technically see everything, but it was standing room only. And I can't admit, like, I barely managed to do that for a local wrestling show. I don't know how anyone can do that for a local performance of Shakespeare. And then surrounding that area, like outside of the standing pit, or yeah, I guess it's more like a mosh pit at that point. You have like proper seating, but you have to pay money for that. Anyways, let me try to say this out without dying. Oh boy. Anyways, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends when the remover, or with the remover, to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not which his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Man, that, like, those two lines at the end are, like, go so hard. He's basically saying that if what he's saying is an error about what he's saying about love, then he's saying that everything that he's ever written was false. Like, everything that he ever wrote basically has, like, no meaning and has no value, and that no one has ever loved before. Like, he cannot conceive that what he's seen with with what truly is love cannot be proven false. It is hardcore. Like, I wish I could write that succinctly, and I'll give it a try later, but yeah. Oh my gosh. The dude knew how to write, not just for the high class, but for everyone. Hence why he was able to attract such a vast crowd, from like peasants to kings. It's great. I guess I can dissect this a little bit further. Yeah, so the first part is him explaining his thoughts on what love isn't. It's not something which changes from time to time. It doesn't bend on a whim. Instead, love is something that's, how do I put it, more consistent than that. Something that's like a star. Well, no, not like a star in the sky. Because those can alter shapes over the course of the year. I guess like the appearance of the sun, or the path of the sun or the moon. That's something you can navigate by, like a lodestone, which he does reference in Midsummer Night's Dream, but that's something else. That looks on tempest as never shaken. In other words, looking at the conflict in life, or conflicts in general, and isn't like worried about it. Or, well, no, that's not the proper term. That like can face those troubles and still remain. That's a better way to phrase it. is the start to every wandering bark. Interesting contrast here, because it goes from a visual to an audio. Whose worth's unknown. In other words, how do I put it? It's hard to quantify, but we know how I put it, how powerful it can be, the heights it can go to. Love's not time's fool. So in other words, it's not something that's, again, based on a whim. It's something that doesn't fade. The rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. I'm pretty sure this means that you can expect, like, beauty to go away after a while, or like physical beauty. Within his bending sickles compass come. Or maybe it's talking about the approach of death. I'll have to look that up later. Love alters not with its brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. In other words, love is something that sticks with you throughout your lifetime, until death do you part. And then that last line, oh my gosh, if this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Oh my gosh, that is such a hard line. And this is coming from someone who's wrote like well over 100 sonnets. Like, the dude just had a way of putting words together. And if he didn't have the words, he basically invented them, like swagger or stuff like that. Maybe another stream I'll go through all the words that he invented and ranked them according to like modern day usage and stuff. The dude's dead already, so as long as he can be kept alive through the cultural conversation. Anyways, so remember for sonnet we have to go A, B, A, B. That's one quatrain. C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and then G, G. Okay. The other thing that should probably be mentioned is how many syllables to go through. Let me wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shakespeare normally writes in iambic pentameter. So so to break that down, it's sort of like an iamb is where you have a pattern of stressed. Is it stressed, unstressed? Let me just double check that. No, it's unstressed, stressed. Yeah. And it has to be done 5 times. So what it means by unstressed and stressed kind of depends on how you do your voice. To be honest, I'm still kind of confused about it. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Like, to me that all sounds the same, but apparently with iambic, there's a certain way of doing it where I guess you could emphasize that sort of lilting pattern, going from soft to hard, soft to hard. English speaking. Yes. And then you basically do that 5 times so that you get a total of 10 syllables. There are other different types of like foots, I guess, when it comes down to like patterns of stressed and unstressed. It's not really my thing though, because I can't really tell what's going on in that, to be honest. Anyways, let's get to writing. So the theme for today is love, but love can take many forms. So I should probably narrow it down. Bit of trivia. Back in Greek times, I don't know which philosopher it was, but he basically declared that there, I believe, 5 different types of love. Let me double check. Yeah, it should be 5. There's like neighborly love, love of God, and 3 others. I say that because in Final Fantasy 14, all of the light wardens are based on one type of those loves, which adds an extra layer of how messed up everything is. Like the first one, I believe, is neighborly love, and then the last one is love for like the world in general, which really says a lot. Yeah. Alright, we should get to writing. 10 syllables. You know, let's make it as cheesy as possible. Campy, I guess. I guess we can talk about the feeling of love. Or maybe heartbreak would be another one. Yeah, let's do that. Theme is heartbreak. Let me find one quote though. Oh, that's Tennyson. Okay. How did Sonic 116 go? I should probably start with a question then. Was it best to keep these at 6? Feelings. No, I could probably use a different word here. And I need something for bound. Let me just check the thesaurus.com. Constrained. Encircled, restricted, limited. Oh, I know. Emotions enclosed. There you go. So then I would need something that rhymes with enclosed over in this line over here. Beneath a maybe encased. Beneath layers of glass. Underneath layers of rose tinted. Oh, there we go. Underneath layers of rose tinted glass. Encased. What rhymes with case? Placed? Your place? Misplace? To prevent it from being misplaced? I'm not sure. Oh. What to do? For shit. For should. Alright, for if we split. For if we split if we split, I'll not misplace. I need 2 more. For if we split, I would not misplace. I need a synonym for split. Oh, what is wrong with my face? Hold on. Break up, separates. It needs to be 2 letters. Diverge. Time branches. For if time branches, I would not misplace. I need something to try with the glass. The warmth of time long past. The warmth of time long past, that's 6. What's a word? Boundless, the boundless warmth of time long past. Boundless warmth of memories long past. There we go. Oh my gosh, can I finish this? Yet as time unfolds, yet as the moment moves on, I remain. Still. still cling to my words and change. Two more syllables. I want to use foggy here, but maybe there's another word to put it. Foggy is nice because it emphasizes how the words are sort of half formed and all that. I could use half formed as well, but nebulous, fogged, zero, vaporous, socked in, smoggy. I would prefer something with a U in it. Unverified. I'll keep that in there for now. Just a few more lines and then I'll probably end stream. Unchanged. Remain. For every time I move, circle and again. For every time I move, I circle round. Each step I take, I circle round again. Remain again. Remain again? No, those two don't rhyme. For each step I take, I return from where I came. I'm 2 syllables over. Each step I take returns. Each step I take returns to where I came. There we go. return to where I came. Change. Let me just get a rhyming dictionary. I like Rhyme Zone, but it doesn't always include all of the all the best rhymes. And I guess it also depends on which accent and tone you take in it too. Yeah, like even for Unchanged, it only has 22 results, but maybe near rhymes can work too. Unchanged. Maintained. Gauged. Retained. But the distance between us is retained. But the distance between us is retained. Okay. Where to put the next paragraph now? So this sort of explains where the speaker is coming from, what they did. This over here tracks how everything went and how people are moving on. So this should be... I think another turn back could work here too. I think something about like knowing things are uncertain but pushing through would be a good one. slowly walks through. I walk through that mental maze. I walked through my mental maze. I navigated through my mental maze. Hmm. Maybe, no, perhaps to find a way forward. Perhaps to find a way forward. To find a way forward, I must look back. To find a way forward, I must look back. Nice. Hmm. Before I forget how to love. Ere I forget how to love and be loved. Ere I forget how to love and be loved. Hmm. How did sonnet go? F's not times full with rosy cheeks. Oh, okay. E. Oh, whoops. Yeah, this should be. At the pieces of me I left. Let's see. At the pieces of me I left out of regret. I feel there's another way to phrase this. At the pieces of me regretfully. There we go. Oh, come on. At the pieces of me. That. Left behind in the shame of black. Okay. That were left behind in the shame of black, sure. Or forget how to love and be loved. Now for this thesis. Let's see. love. I should probably end. I want to end off with like, don't put love on a pedestal. Maybe this is too blatant. It should be also like how to close the distance. Trying to answer the question. Something about ambiguity. Yeah, or heaven. Heaven or hell, I'm not sure what awaits. But such is. No, I can use nothing. Heaven or hell, I'm not sure what awaits, but such is nothing to my heartache. But such situation. states are nothing to my heartache. There we go. Okay. Let's just be sure I have all my syllables. Was it best to keep these emotions encased underneath layers of rose-tinted glass? For if time branches, I would not misplace the boundless warmth of memories long past. Glass pass. Yeah. Yet as the moment moves on, I remain, still cling to my foggy words unchanged. Each step I take returns to where I came, but the distance between us is retained. To find a way forward, I must look back, regretfully, at the pieces of me that were left behind in the shame of black, ere I forget how to love and be loved. Heaven or hell, I'm not sure what awaits. I'm not sure, or I'm unsure. I'm unsure what awaits, but such states are nothing to my heartache. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I really love these last lines. Just the imagery from this over here is... like, I know why, like, these two go so well together at the start of, like, a fighting game match. I think, yeah, Guilty Gear does that. There's also, like, Hell or High Water. Just something raw like that adds so much gravitas to the other lines. I think this stanza over here is the weakest, just because I need another way to phrase this line, but that's okay. The other parts are fine, though. So I think that's where I'll leave it off for tonight. No. Ah, thanks, Alex. What'd you think? That's so weird, too. Did I not set my chat properly? Oh, well. Yeah, let's end off there. Let me just double check when I'm streaming tomorrow. I think it's another drawing stream. And then Friday will be a day off, and then... Oh no, shoot, tomorrow's Control. Yeah. I really love the concept of that game, where basically it's like you're going through the SCP Foundation and digging up stuff. Can't wait to try that out. And then, yeah, Friday will be a break, Saturday is more Control, Sunday is music composition. I really need to get around to practicing that. Like, even this writing stream took a little bit long to string things together. I barely got it done in like an hour. But you know what, that's okay. Some things take a little bit of time to flow together, especially when you're going back and live editing, and also checking out the formats. Like, sonnet like this is basically just like 3 or 2 poems, or maybe 3 if you can stretch it. Yeah. So with that, I'll end it off there. Thanks for checking in, Alex. Have a good night.